for you to destroy the buildings in the enemy camp as quickly as possible, because to produce a larger army, you will need larger quantities of food. Select your human monument. The lower numbers in the selection window on the left, inside the headquarters buildings, you can use food to increase the maximum size of your army. Select your small headquarters building.
Destiny awaits.
Let's go.
In the action bar below, when you click, increase the maximum number of combat units to at least 20 units by clicking the symbol twice. If the symbol is darkened, your hunters have not acquired sufficient food, and you will have to wait a while.
On my command. Quickly now.
Let's go.
With the small
To
headquarters,
adventure.
you can support a maximum if you later produce additional scouts and recruits and destroy the orc camp in the east.
Here.
Secure more resources and ensure you have sufficient food. You cannot search There is a chest in the orc camp.
Now.
Stand close to it with one of your characters, and you will be able to open the chest by clicking with the right mouse button. Take possession of both plans. You have just found. Open your inventory and go to the plans page. Here you have an overview of which building and unit plans you have for all 6 races. Place the unit plan in a free space among the units in the lower line. You can now produce this unit at your place. The building plan in an empty slot on the line of building icons. The first line may be full, so you might have to press the right button.
Never surrender.
Now your workers are able to construct the Temple of Light.
Follow me.
If you want to
Quickly
summon
now.
human simple workers, put up an Arya shrine near the Arya Spring and the Temple of Light in
Let's
your
go.
main settlement. To select
adventure.
this building, you must click on the pointer on the right of the building selection.
They're attacking.
Up to 5 workers can work the Temple of Addition if you select. Besides producing at least 3 clerics, should you be unable to reduce the unit, the button will be
With
dark.
the order.
In this
We're under
case,
attack.
move the mouse
Follow
over the
me.
button and follow the instructions in the help
Quickly
window.
now.
In
Attack.
case you already have the maximum number of units, you can select units and destroy them by using the key K.
Follow me.
The next thing we want to do is gear up iron. Put up a smelting works as close as
Ready for
possible to your mine building. The Minecraft. Simple, all the build a food store. When the food storehouse is empty, you are after some of at least 15. If you fall to battle, advance with your avatar, the hero, and at least 15 combat units to the east.
Adventure.
As soon as the lookout has discovered you, a yellow warning signal will appear on the overview map. The orcs have been alerted to your presence and will send out an assault wave to confront you. Destroy the orcs and their camp. Congratulations. If you now look in your quest book, the leader of the orcs was carrying the rune. Loot the corpse and take the rune if not already done so. Now go back to Joshua at the human monument and talk to him.
By Zarek's, even if I can bear Master Row.
You have received additional experience points for solving the and your avatar has gained 1 level. With every new level, your avatar will have more life. Open the inventory and go into the category Character Information. On the right of the window, select your avatar if it's not already activated. On the left of the window, you will distribute the new attribute.
Come along.
Zerba, have mercy. Will this never end?
That will be interesting.
Rowan.
Do you have the rune?
Tahira salvaged it from the ruins. Here it is.
Tahira, I thank you. You have...
Served you well?
I can understand your fury. Believe me, it was worth it. This rune is the key to our future and past. But I don't want to bother you any longer. Live in peace, Tahira. We will not meet again.
Farewell, Tahira.
At your command, right away.
The individual
Understood.
attributes stand for the characteristics of a figure. If you pass over an attribute with a mouse pointer, the help window will explain the meaning.
Yes, sir. Understood.
Now distribute the new skill points. Click on New Skills and
Enemy
select
contact.
Light Combat. Distribute the second point wherever you like by clicking on one of the small skills. Due to your improved skills in light combat, you have now received an additional combat skill. It's called Berserk. You will find this melee combat skill in your spell book. Transfer Berserk to your magic memory.
Never
Close your
surrender.
inventory. Combat abilities and some magic spells are not cast,
Shall
but
not
rather only work on the caster himself.
forwards.
Test
Quickly
the
now.
Berserk ability by selecting your character and clicking the symbol below in the action
Here
bar,
I am.
or above left.
Enemy contact.
Shall not
When you
warriors
trigger the Berserk
stand by
ability,
me.
your avatar causes enormous damage
Engaging the enemy.
for a short period of time. This can be very helpful in an emergency situation, although you cannot nicely to Joshua.
Never surrender.
You can now read this map by clicking on the options in the top right. You can save the courage to go west to the portal to leave it, or follow the path
Follow
to
me.
the south to find more useful
Quickly
hints.
now. Now.
Whenever you see a statue, you will receive some tips and hints from different areas of the game.
Follow
They're
me.
attacking!
When you would like to rotate a building before placing it,
Engaging
press
the
and
enemy.
hold the control by holding down this function. Hold down this function can also be used with the portrait buttons of the avatar. If you hold down the Alt key and give your own units go to command with the right mouse button, your units will scout the area between their present position and destination. By indicating several points, they will patrol these points one after the other, forwards and backwards, with no regard to their starting position. When scouting, your units will attack any enemy in their sight. By holding down the shift key when you give your own units go to the right mouse, you can describe the exact route they should take.
Right away.
At the final point, the units will stop.
On my way.
You can use this method to send your units around an enemy camp without having to change their directions over and over again.
Fortify the defenses!
Beside the inventory symbol on the bottom right is the formation symbol.
Enemy contact!
When you select several units, you can form a formation by clicking on the formation symbol. The units will then become a formation just as they are arranged in the game.
At your command. Right away.
Generally, it is
Understood.
more comfortable to use convenient function for standard formations. As soon as you have formed a
Fortify the
formation,
defenses!
3 additional symbols appear for the standard formations: circular, semicircular, and rank
Enemy contact.
formation. You can order your
Never
own
give up.
units to follow someone. This is especially useful when you want to move with other units in the third-person perspective. To do this, select the desired units, then press the Shift key and click with the right mouse button on the top, such as your avatar which you want your unit to follow. You can resort already used plans of buildings and units, magic spells in your spell
Very
book,
well.
and also
Yes, sir.
learned magic spells in the
Understood.
magic memory at any time. To do this,
At your
open your
command.
inventory and, for instance, first click on one magic spell and then the second one. As the buildings and magic spells in the action bar are shown in the same order, as they are sorted in the buildings menu or magic memory, this can be useful.
The rune
To
calls.
provide a better overview, the view direction is automatically oriented in isometric perspective toward the north. You can use the Delete and N keys to rotate the view. You can also do this by holding down both mouse buttons and moving the mouse to the left or right. The view automatically returns to the starting position when you release the keys or the mouse buttons. This function can also be deactivated in the options. You can use the Home key to return the view to the north.
Never
Many
surrender.
characters have dialogues and orders that concern the main quest. Other characters are only important for so-called side quests.
Awaiting your orders.
You can recognize the characters for the main quest by the large exclamation mark above their heads. You will need to talk to them
Fortify the
in
defenses.
order to solve the main quest successfully.
Ready to fight.
The so-called side quests are optional. You don't have to solve them, but they do offer you a number of benefits and
Yes.
adventures.
Fortify the defenses.
The resources in SpellForce regenerate in the course of time. It can thus be wise to leave one or two craftsmen at an exhausted army's or a mine the mightiest combat unit you have in this world is the Titan. Each race has its own Titan.
Engaging the enemy.
To create a Titan, you must first instruct the large headquarters of the appropriate race. You can only have one Titan for each race.
Forwards.
On the side of light, you can build settlements not only with humans, but with elves and dwarves.
Fortify the defenses.
There are also three dark races available: orcs, trolls, and goblins.
Never surrender.
In SpellForce, you will often build a settlement with several races. If you decide to be light and dark race at the same time, you must ensure that the armies do not encounter. The resource supplies of the dark and light races are separate. However, the races of light share their resources with each another, as do the dark races.
They're attacking.
When a normal go-to command is issued, the units will ignore enemies on their way to the target and only start to defend themselves as soon as they reach the destination. You can hold down the control key, give the go-to command to your own units with the right mouse button. In this case, they will attack enemies along the way.
I'm ready. Forwards.
Certain magic spells allow you to call upon so-called servants,
Engaging
who
the
are
enemy.
loyal to the mages and support them during battles. A mage can call upon several servants simultaneously.
Enemy contact.
However, these servants cost the mage a certain amount of mana as time passes. This leads to a slower regeneration of mana, or even a constant loss. You will find the monument symbol in the action. When you click it to the left, you can quickly select your monument one after another and place units without moving. When you click on monument symbol with the right mouse, then view will focus on the monuments one after another. When you have selected several units, you can click on individual units or unit types in the selection window at the bottom left, and thus
The lines
double
must
select
hold.
them. If you now give further orders, such as sending the unit elsewhere, then this command will only apply to the double selected units. This method is highly convenient if, for instance, you want to remove specific units from combat, or heal wounded units very quickly with a quick and
Ready for action. Securing the area.
I'm ready. Attack.
You can build some buildings at the start, whereas others require the construction of a small, middle, or large headquarters. You will find the appropriate instructions in the respective Some units require special buildings before they can be summoned. Aside from the necessary resources, they may also need a forge for metal weapons and armor, a weapon workshop for wooden weapons and leather items, or a magic building for units with magic skills.
We're under attack.
Some units need further special buildings. You will find the appropriate ones in the respective places.
Never surrender.
The more often you defeat a certain type,
Fortify the
the
defenses.
less experience points you earn.
Arms, men.
You earn a lot more
Now.
points when you defeat new enemies.
Never give up.
Some rare weapons, a number of
warriors,
different effects
stand
are
by.
possible. For example, when you press attack this way, you can select enemy targets quickly. You can retroact to do this. Select the monument and click on the unit currently under production in the selection, or on units in the waiting line to remove